Good evening, it's Kathleen. Welcome back to the Siegel JCC Facebook live stream. We're going to do some mindful meditation for a mellow night. It's going to be a guided meditation. We will begin with some standing energy, just kind of rolling out our neck and shoulders after a long week. Even if you've been working from home, you've still probably spent more hours sitting, maybe even than you normally do. There's also just been a lot of unknowns and mixed messages, and we're just going to let all of that go and just give over to bringing our mind, our breath, our body all together and just focusing on the moment. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to get ready. I have put down a little yoga mat on the floor, and I have a little, I actually have a little pillow, but you could use a bolster, you could use a throw pillow, you could fold up a blanket or a throw blanket. You just want something that you'll be able to put beneath your knees that'll just give you that little bend in the knee joint that allows you to push your low back into the mat so that when we do go down to the floor, you'll be nice and comfy. I've kind of moved the music to the back. It had been right up near the camera, but it's moved to the back. And I'm going to try a little something different. I have a little microphone, and so when we move to when we lie down on our mats, I may see how that works, to just be able to talk a little more softly without kind of having to throw my voice all the way to the camera. All right, hopefully I did enough chit chat that allowed you to get the things that you need to begin our guided meditation this evening. So even if you didn't get your things, you're fine. Let's begin standing up. So let's think about our feet. Think about the balls of your feet, your toes. Think about your heels. Think about the arch and instep of your foot. Try and just bring your weight just down to those feet. Bend those knees. Straighten them out just a bit, not a lock, just a straightening. Bend the knees and straighten. And then just soften that knee joint. Move that awareness up your thighs, right up into your hip joint. Tilt your pelvis forward. Push it back. Tilt that pelvis forward. Push it back. And then just rock backward and forward just a couple more times. And find that just right place. For some of us, it'll be that place where our low back says, ah. Bring that awareness up the length of your spine, and as you do so, inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, bring your shoulders down and away. Big breath in, fill up the lungs. This time as you exhale, press down through the shoulder and then push your fingertips toward the floor. Your thumbs are forward. Maybe even your palms are forward. As you inhale, lengthen that neck. Look straight ahead. Bring that breath right up through the bottoms of the feet, lengthening the legs, lengthening through the midsection of the body. Exhale. Once more. As you exhale, let your chin sink down to your chest. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale. Exhale, move the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Slow down that movement. And exhale, left ear and left shoulder. Exhale, let your chin sink down to your chest. Inhale, take your eyes to the ceiling. Exhale, bring those eyes back into alignment. Just an easy look to the right. And then to the left. And then back to center. Now, if some of you are thinking, it's not comfortable for me to spend this much time standing, I'm sorry about that, but I would tell you, go ahead and do these little movements of the neck, shoulders, and head in a seated position. That's perfectly fine. Seated in a chair or on the floor. Big breath in. Exhale, just a lateral drop, right ear, right shoulder. And inhale up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale up. Inhale, lift the right shoulder up toward the right ear. Exhale, press that shoulder down and away. Your knees are still soft, your core is engaged. Inhale, lift that shoulder up. Exhale, roll it down and away. Left shoulder, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, roll it back, down. Inhale, lift both shoulders up. Roll them forward. Inhale, lift both shoulders up. Roll them back. Now I am going to ask you to stand on one leg. And if you feel like you're just not real stable here, you can always put a hand against the wall, against a sturdy, steady piece of furniture. So I'm still putting my body weight right on that left leg, nice and strong. Inhale, lift the right leg up and out, and toe comes down. Inhale, lift that right leg up, out. Toe returns to the floor. Just one more time here. Try not to lean into the wall. Maintain that posture, that stance. And then just walk it out. Again, if you need that table, that chair, that wall, go ahead and take it. Put a little bend in that weight-bearing right leg. Lift the left leg up and just out, around, toe returns to the floor. Lift up, around, toe returns to the floor. One more time. Nice. Let's just take that right foot and give it just a little kick. Just kind of kicking through, lifting through the thigh. Left side, just an easy kick. Now you see I'm not really doing a lot with my knee. I'm not locking out that knee. I'm just kind of moving through the knee joint, ankle joint, wiggling out the foot. You can kind of wiggle out your whole body, or if you're like me, my low back always asks for that little bit of a stretch. So hands to the tops of the hips, big breath in, lengthen, fill up those lungs. Exhale and just stretch it out. And bring it back up. We're going to move down to the mat. I'm going to shift the camera just a bit, and as I said before, I'm going to try the little microphone and see how that works. So as you move down to that floor, you want to be sure you have your bolster. Some of you may even want just a bit of elevation for your head. So think about how you're going to get down to the floor in a mindful, steady way. And again, it's just me. I'm just gonna see if this will work. Everything is kind of an experiment these days, isn't it? So you've moved to your mat. You're sitting comfortably on the mat. If you've already moved all the way down to a lying down position, that's fine. But if you're still sitting up on those sitting bones, let's take a great big breath in, round through that spine, scoop out through your belly, and just round down to... So I'm sure that wasn't very peaceful for you. Again, all the technology is the greatest challenge here. Apologies. So let's move to a lying down position. Take that bolster or that folded blanket or that pillow and just put it right under those knees. Tilt your pelvis, imprint your low back. As you inhale deeply through your nose, tilt that pelvis, actively imprint that low back. As you exhale, hollow out the belly. Let your belly sink into your spine. Again, just inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, hollow out the belly. Let the belly sink into the spine. You're aware of that low back in contact with the mat. Now your middle back, your upper back, your shoulder blades in contact with the mat. Your head is touching the mat, but you're not tilting your head back. In fact, your neck and head are aligned with the rest of the spine. If you open your eyes, you're looking straight up. If your eyes are closed, that's fine. Again, you're pressing those shoulder blades just ever so gently into the mat. It feels natural. It feels normal. It doesn't feel unfamiliar to you. Your arms are resting at your sides, close to the body, or maybe out at an angle, like the branches of a fir tree. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Open the palms to the ceiling. Focus your energy right in the center of your palm for just a breath or two. And then begin to return to your heart center, bringing your mind, your breath, your body all together. Inhale deeply through your nose, fill up those lungs. As you exhale, feel that energy push out through the body, out through the arms, the legs, push through your fingertips, through the tips of your toes. And then let your awareness rest right there at the tips of your toes. Let that wave of relaxation enter at the tips of your toes. Now I want you to imagine that wave. I want you to imagine how that wave comes up onto the beach with some energy, with some power, with some intention. That frothy crest of the wave pushes up into the sand. I want you to allow that wave to come into the tips of your toes. I want you to allow that crest of that wave to gather up all the stress, the tension, muscle tension, anxiety, whatever it may be. Just gather it up gather it up, and then we'll push it all out of the body. You don't need it. You don't want it. Don't hold on to it. Again, bring that awareness right to the tips of your toes and invite that wave to come in, pushing through the length of the toes into the ball of the foot, the arch and instep, right into the heel, around the heel, and into the ankle joint, so that from the ankles down, your feet are heavy and still. Feel that wave right there at the ankle. Push it up through the lower leg. Thinking about the muscles along the sides of the lower leg. Thinking about those muscles on the back of the leg. Push that wave right up into your knee joint, so that from the knees down, your body is heavy and still. You feel that wave right there at the knees. Allow that wave to push up into those powerful thighs. Think about the muscles on the tops of those thighs, those 4 big quadricep muscles. Think about your inner and outer thigh muscles. Think about those 3 hamstring muscles at the back of the thigh. Allow that wave to push up the length of the leg right into the curve of the hip and up into the low back, so that from the waist down, your body is heavy and still. All the vertebrae of the low back, the discs between each vertebrae, heavy and still. Let that wave of relaxation push farther up that back into the middle back. Now, typically, this is the most stable part of our back. Our ribs tie into our spinal column here. Push up into that upper back. Think about your shoulder blades. Think about the whole midsection of the body. Think about your ribs. Your ribs are protecting all those internal organs. Think about your lungs and your heart. Let those muscles continue to work, but let them work with efficiency. Let each beat of the heart push a greater volume of blood through that heart. That slows down the heartbeat. Let the lungs utilize a greater volume of air with each breath. So inhale fully and exhale fully. Inhale as you fill up those lungs, reaching the very bottoms of the lobes of the lungs. As you exhale, push all the air out of your lungs. Feel your body become heavy and still. Know that from the neck down, your body is heavy and still and sinking into the earth. That wave of relaxation is right there at the base of the neck. I want you to let that wave split and push out through your shoulders, through the right shoulder and the left. pushing all the stress and tension that is gathered up through your body, but also gathering stress and tension that you may be carrying in the muscles of your shoulders, the muscles of your arms and forearms. Push that wave out through the wrist, out into the hands, out into the fingers, and then push all the stress and tension right out through the tips of your fingers. So truly, from your neck down, your body is heavy and still. Let yourself just sink, sinking into the floor, sinking into the earth, knowing the earth has created a little cocoon or a little nest and is keeping you safe and secure. Just let yourself go. Just let yourself be your breath. Now let's return to the base of the neck. We've got just a little remnant of that great wave that you brought in through the tips of your toes. It's just right there, and it wants to push up into your neck. Let it push up. Think about the front of the neck, the throat, all the muscles that you use for breathing and speaking and swallowing. Just let them go. Think about the muscles that run obliquely along the sides of the neck. We carry so much stress and tension there. Let it go. Think about all the muscles at the back of the neck. Again, a place where we carry so many, such tension, so much stress and tension. Our spinal nerves are close to the surface here. These muscles move up into a common ligament at the base of the skull, that nuchal ligament. Let those muscles of the neck just relax and become heavy. Push that wave of relaxation up into the head, right into the back of the head. Think about all the muscles of the scalp. Think about each and every hair follicle. Let that wave just move into the crown of the head, rounding over the top of your head, right there at the forehead. Relax all those muscles that you use for furrowing your brow. Just let them go. Think about your temples right there at the sides of the head, just at the side and up from the eyes. Again, a place where we carry so much tension. Just let it go. Let your eyes become heavy and still. Feel those eyes sink into the eye sockets. Let the eye sockets sink into the back of the head. Relax the muscles of the cheek, the muscles around the mouth. Relax the jaw. Some of us carry a lot of tension right in our jaw and then into the muscles of the mouth. Let yourself relax. Make it okay to just let go. Focus on that breath. Let your tongue become heavy and still as well. From the top of your head to the very tips of your toes, your body is heavy and still and sinking into the earth. Inhale deeply through your nose. As you exhale, hollow out your belly. Feel your body sinking into the earth. Think about your toes and feet, lower leg, thighs, low back, middle back, upper back. Think about your heart. Think about your lungs, your shoulders, your neck, your head. Let your arms be heavy and still. Inhale deeply through your nose and just tighten up those hands into little fists. As you exhale, relax the muscles of the hands. As you inhale, tighten up the muscles of the toes. As you exhale, let those muscles relax. Inhale, tighten up those fingers and hands, those toes and feet. And as you exhale, just let them go. And do that once more. Inhale, tighten up those hands and feet. Exhale and release. Inhale deeply through your nose. And if you're ready, just roll to one side. Push that bolster out from beneath your legs and push yourself up into a seated position. Just sitting up straight and tall. We almost had another mishap. So you're sitting up straight and tall, your knees are bent. You're crossing at your ankles perhaps. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, fill up those lungs. Exhale, roll your shoulders down and away. Bring the backs of the hands to the tops of the knees. If you feel like you need it, just make a spiral in the center of each palm. Just trace that spiral in the center of each palm. And then inhale, fill up those lungs. Exhale, push all the air out of your lungs. Do that 3 more times. Just focus on your breath. Bringing that breath in up the length of the spine, filling up those lungs. As you exhale this time, let your eyelids flutter open. Look straight ahead, aligning your head and neck with the rest of your spine. As you inhale, let your eyes follow your hands up and up and up to the ceiling. As you exhale, push through your forearms. Bring the arms all the way back down, pushing all the air out of your lungs. Let's do that once more. Inhale, Fill up the lungs, eyes follow the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, push through. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let your chin sink down to your chest. 2 breaths right now in this place, just for you. Please know that the light in me bows to the light in you. I wish you a wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend. Namaste.